Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA trade news, this time actually revolving around CJ McCollum from the Portland Trail Blazers. I'm sure most of you guys may have heard of something like this now, but there have been a lot of teams interested in him recently, and there's a couple that obviously stand out, one being the Philadelphia 76ers. It's reported the Philadelphia 76ers have interest in making a trade for CJ McCollum. This is all being reported by Woj, so yeah, very trusted source, obviously, and I think this would be an absolutely great move by the Philadelphia 76ers. This would literally be the move that I think turns them into maybe a second round exit to potentially a finals team. Now, what I mean by this is they've had a lot of problems this year. Now, I'm a massive fan of Jimmy Butler, for those of you who didn't know. I think them not giving Jimmy Butler the max was one of the worst decisions they have possibly made in recent time, and I actually ended up being right, even though a lot of people doubted me. And that's because the Miami Heat are currently 25-10 with Jimmy Butler looking like a very good player, like a top 10 player in the league, like a lot of people know he can be and what he should be. The Philadelphia 76ers decided not to re-sign him on the max, even though he was the best player in their playoffs. So, yeah, well, maybe not necessarily best player, but definitely most consistent. That's like a real big fact. But, yeah, that was a very interesting thing. And then they decided to go and make some questionable decisions. They decided to sign another one of my favorite players, when he was on the Celtics, and that was Al Horford. Now, I've always liked Al Horford. I don't know why. I just thought he's always been a pretty decent player. But I was didn't really know, a little bit skeptical, I guess, on why they would potentially sign him. I thought it would be cool for Embiid to play less minutes. But yeah, Embiid's pretty much had to play the similar minutes to what he did in the previous season. His production's a lot down right now, and they've had to move Tobias Harris to small forward, which I thought moving Tobias Harris to small forward would actually be a good thing. Turns out it actually has been, but I still feel like he would be a better naturally at power forward. So I would definitely very much like to see that move end up happening. And that's why getting CJ McCollum would absolutely be very good as well. Another thing the Philadelphia 76ers lack is shooting. They literally have like no shooting in their starting five whatsoever. Ben Simmons cannot shoot. Joel Embiid is an interesting, I think he's okay from three for a big center. He's 33%, I guess that's alright. Tobias Harris is well below than what he should be. In the previous season, he was 39.7%, so a solid 40%. This season, he's 34.3, which is very bad. While Richardson is kind of average, 35.4%. And then you got Al Horford, who is usually a good three-point shooter, but it is currently 33.8%. Now, if I was the Philadelphia 76ers, I would be trying so hard to try and get Al Horford a trade to the Portland Trail Blazers for CJ McCollum. Usually, I make these videos and I kind of look at why it'd be very good for both, for one side and then both sides. But usually, there's always one side that comes out on top. Again, I feel like it's very similar for this, and that would be the Philadelphia 76ers. But CJ McCollum is currently 37.4% from three. That is obviously above average, I do believe, and he is taking quite a bit of the shots, obviously probably second most on the team. I genuinely think it would be very good for the Philadelphia 76ers to get him. He would literally be an upgrade to JJ Redick, who used to be on the team, a way bigger upgrade. You know, playmaking, defense, speed, scoring, literally everything would be an upgrade except maybe 3-point percentage. Now, I either think they should go after potentially CJ McCollum, or I think Buddy Hield would also be a good move. But this actually doesn't just benefit the Philadelphia 76ers, I also believe it could benefit the Portland Trail Blazers. Reason is, I still don't believe Hassan Whiteside is guaranteed a spot on Portland, even though he has been doing pretty decent this year. I still feel like they would rather play Al Horford. I don't know why. I think, yes, Hassan Whiteside and Al Horford are on very similar pages, but I just think Al Horford would just be a better player in the modern NBA, and yeah, I think would be a pretty good fit alongside Damian Lillard, and yeah, I just think it might even be a better fit, obviously, and also defense would still be there as well. Also, I still think if Portland did this, they'd have a bit more cap on, obviously. They'd have a pick or so, and I think they could potentially use that pick to try and get Kevin Love. So, you know, the trade would be terrible if it was just a Horford swap for McCollum, but they could try and land potentially Gallinari or Kevin Love out of this if the situation ends up being right. And then Carmelo could start at small forward, and they'd have a starting five of potentially Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Love, and then potentially Al Horford. So I think that would be a pretty interesting starting five to roll out. The fit with McCollum and Lillard has never really been exactly there. I just don't think Lillard is necessarily supposed to be a second option behind another big three-point scoring shooter as well. I think he would be better on a team like the Philadelphia 76ers. Then the Philadelphia 76ers lineup would go back to normal with Tobias Harris playing a power forward, Joel Embiid at center, and then Josh Richardson, who I think would be a very good 3-and-D type of player at small forward. And then obviously another would be, you know, Ben Simmons running the point guard, and then CJ McCollum at shooting guard. That would take the Philadelphia 76ers from a second round to potentially a finals contender. Now, also another thing to talk about, as I was saying earlier, if what the trade could potentially be is, I heard Tobias Smith, Al Horford, and a first-round pick for McCollum floating around. I think that would be a decent trade, because then they get their new starting center. They get, you know, Zhaia Smith. I don't know why I said Zhaia Wade. Zhaia Smith, who would be, I think, a interesting scenario. I mean, he hasn't really played much basketball, and I think with the way the Portland Trailblazers are going, they probably know they're most likely not going to really make playoffs, or they're going to be an 8th seed. So, yeah, I think that would be kind of interesting to potentially look at as well. And then they could change that first-round pick in a deal to try and get Kevin Love and Danilo Gallinari. So I think that would be extremely interesting to potentially see the Portland Trailblazers do with the Philadelphia 76ers, and I think it would improve Philadelphia dramatically. So yeah, but anyone, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for the latest NBA content and sports news and, you know, NBA news. Don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on the Philadelphia 76ers potentially making a trade for CJ McCollum? Do you guys think they should do it? Do you guys think they should not? And do you guys think the Portland Trailblazers should also make a trade for Al Horford? I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlogging channels. Links for them are in the description down below. I've got a LaMelo Ball vlog on my vlogging channel and a couple of NBA 2K20 gaming videos on my gaming channel. So definitely go check them out. Links in the description down below. So make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.